to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Foo.
Cameras 1 and 2 on the KiPRO are completely separate. Those are just feeds. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. But, getting fed is always good.
If you like feeds.
I like to get feeded.
There was, I saw, where was it? Maybe on Nextdoor or something like that. There was a post by somebody. Obviously, it's a fundraiser, but they were doing a crab feed out in Granite Bay.
Okay.
Which I can't imagine would be terrible if you're doing a crab feed at Granite. But the tickets were $80 a piece. But it's all you can eat crab feed. But for $80 per person. Now, it is a fundraiser. You may or may not care. I don't even know who it was probably a church. But I'm like, if you care where your money's going, then obviously. And also, who's got $160 to take your wife to a crab feed?
God.
That's a lot of money.
Didn't the Boy Scouts used to do something like that?
Yeah.
There at Royer.
I went to one.
Was it worth your time?
I didn't pay for the tickets.
They were gifted?
Yes.
Oh.
And it wasn't whatever they paid for them probably wasn't worth it.
Oh.
In my opinion.
Like you left hungry, or there was actually a time gate or something that you didn't feel like you got to eat as much as you wanted?
Yeah, it felt like it was gated a little tight, and also stuff like melted butter, which if you're going to have a crab feed,
right,
you should have fucking melted butter. You had to bring that shit yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was a little bit of that.
So we're just boiling crab. If you want butter or lemons.
Yeah, you had to bring it. And I didn't know, I'd never been. And also,
I would not have known that.
Yeah, and also there were some sides, there was salad and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a Boy Scout event.
Sure.
So service was really tough to come by.
Yeah.
And
is there a wait staff badge?
Yeah, right.
Apparently not. Because otherwise,
I mean, it's a cool event, and the other way they make money is with raffle stuff.
Sure.
So I mean, we put bids on stuff, but when things get it's not worth that. I just won't bid on it anymore.
Oh yeah.
It loses interest to me I understand it's for charity. I get that stuff.
Yeah.
But I have my limitations.
I have there's one of the dads I think that pulls the trailers for the band. He does God, I can't remember specifically. It might be puzzles, but I think he does something with like a laser burner where he makes little statues, those things that they're cut out pieces and then they fit together and they form a 3D shape.
Yeah.
I think he does something like that. But also
with really thin plywood or something.
He might do a mosaic wood something. I can't something he does woodworking something, and I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank, and that's not fair to him. But it was just enough that he offers it during some of Wood Creek's jazz band or whatever, their fundraising things as same thing, like a raffle.
Yeah.
Silent bid or whatever. There's somewhere between whenever the next one is, and it may be coming up, and Xander being a senior, I need to come at this. Well, and before he leaves, this might be his last year. I don't know, but I need to put something on deck.
Because once the kid is out of school, he's not coming back.
Listen, buddy.
You just got to get his phone number so you can be like, hey.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm going to put out there, I need it to make more money than yours. I need, and if you see,
you're not talking about.
No, I don't want one of his.
Oh, I see. You're making your own thing.
I want
to step it up.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do a
rounds that are over
collab.
here.
You could do a collab with him.
No. I want to win.
This is a goddamn competition.
I want to win, fucker. The
Yeah.
rounds that are over there.
Yeah.
Because I told my dad the end table that I helped put together for my dad that used it for my aunt and uncle's 50th wedding anniversary. It was thick, and it could be used as an end table, but it was so thick that it was, it's not really anything but like a table. It was just so immovable, and it was just kind of like a thing, a piece.
You don't have to bolt it down, is what you're saying.
Absolutely not. Like, if it was half the size, it would still look the same, and probably would have been a little bit more like, oh, I could set it over here.
Some more mobile.
Yeah. Not that it was like, oh, once it's down, it can't be moved. It was just like, I probably could have made 2 or 3 tables
if it was cut right.
if I'd had a method to cut it.
Yeah.
So I had told, and if Kim listens to this, because I don't think my brother does, but hashtag, this is secret, Kim. I had told my dad, I'm like, if you run across any more pieces of wood that were like that, because it was kind of rotted in the middle, if you recall.
Yeah.
So it kind of had like a puddle of resin where the wood had decayed out and had been hollowed out by
termites.
Yeah, bugs and rot and fire.
Yeah.
I told my dad when he got back, I said, if you find any more of that kind of shape with that kind of thing, I said, I would love to do that again, but on the inside where the wood is rotted, I want to like 3D print like clockwork parts and then paint it or do them up so that the clockwork cogs look like wood. And I want to set that in the decayed part so that it looks like the inside of the round has like watch parts in it, and then I would resin fill it. And I want to give it to my brother because my brother is like he's like an intellectual, but also country nature-ish. So he would appreciate the
combo of the two.
the mechanics and the like inside nature is a clock. Like he would get it. And it would just like I'm not even sure in the moment where I was describing it to my dad that I would make it a table, like put legs on it, like
make it a clock,
like an actual watch face, like a clock, like a big wall clock or something. But the idea of filling the space not with just resin but clockwork bits. Brett would totally love that. So he brings me down. He found some.
Oh.
But he's brought them down to me, and they're like 6 inches or so thick.
They're the log.
Yeah, I have no way
to cut them down.
To really get them in a thinness.
Time for a bandsaw, bro.
Sure. Yeah, of which I don't.
You need some logging equipment, like you need a hole in your.
But
head.
it was like, oh fuck! And the whole gentleman with the jazz fan. I'm like, I would, or I could make some of my coasters. I've thought about doing some coasters. And then wood burning or lasering at this point, because like the Wood Creek High School mascot and logo and the jazz band things, and making some coasters, but then doing some like routering in some hollow space so that I could put like a small tea light underneath it, and then it would light up the logo.
Yeah, I'm
like, fucking fundraise this, bitch.
Yeah,
like
I win.
Yeah.
Insta win.
Man, like today, I just got off work and I was over here. I was cleaning the spot, and I realized Dave had mentioned I need to borrow. What have you got the welder?
Oh yeah.
And all I remembered was him saying it needs to be really long to get to something with a 10 millimeter socket on the end.
He needed to make a tool.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was right over here, and I have these like 1.5 2 foot long, like steel rods left over from a 3D printer. I'm like, oh my God, that would be totally perfect. So I got the tape measure out and set the rods down and then sent him a thing. I'm like, hey, like, is this about what you were looking for? Like, I'm in this, like, I can make stuff. And he was like, no, it needs to be like
6 feet,
4 feet or something. And I went, oh shit. Well,
fuck off then, I guess.
Well, eat all the dick. Man, I'm just
sorry, my rod's not good enough for you.
Like replacement taillights for Meemaw came, so I like to put new-ish LED taillights in Meemaw, like fit factory OEM plus kind of thing. I'm like, fuck, sweet.
So are they like OEM taillights that they retrofitted with LEDs, or are they an aftermarket?
It's an aftermarket, but they fit, and they're not like Altezza, like with clear lenses and lots of chromey shit. They're just the reverse light is still actually a bulb.
So the OEM style or look,
yes,
but with LEDs.
Yes, yeah. That's cool. With LED running, LED brake, LED blinker, but the reverse lights are still incandescent, and the shading of the lens is still like what's behind you, relatively like OEM plus. No, I meant the taillights are right behind you. Okay.
I knew that.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Anyway, so I'm like, I gotta fix all this stuff.
Yeah.
I had things, and then
something
tomorrow.
I can do it tomorrow.
I'm going back to work. You know, I'm just starting another day of work.
Yeah. I know. I feel that.
I didn't win the lottery.
Sad dad.
So
no.
That's why I go back to work.
I haven't won either. Yeah. I buy a ticket and I don't win.
God damn.
I'm lucky to win at $2. You know what I mean? Oh, I got one number or whatever it is. I don't even know what it is that you get $2 for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
I like to do the Super Lotto one because then if you lose, you can do that second chance.
Oh, yeah.
Thing.
Because it's a California.
Yeah. The odds are a little bit better, but the payouts are smaller.
Much smaller.
Like, 1 million, I could make 1 million work.
Dude, I always say this. I'd be all right if I won $1,000.
You'd just be like,
I'm not saying that. I'd be happy to get $1,000. That's all. That's what I'm saying. Like, sure, millions of dollars would be
gravy.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
but I'd take $1,000.
Sure. Hey.
I'd take $500.
I mean, if you just want to give it to me,
yeah,
why not? Hashtag not a sponsor.
Do they sponsor anything?
Yeah. Do you or someone you know need what was the fan? It was some sort of whole room air purifier fan. You need Taint Jim's fan. Jim Taint.
I remember the California lottery when it came around, and it was like the schools benefit, right? And I remember that was the big selling feature. Is that still the case?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do the schools benefit, but then the rest of the budget just got shrunk down? So whatever comes out of the lottery is the main core of the funding, and they just like give less money.
You would think if we were getting all this money from the lottery, although it's split amongst you would think
hundreds of schools.
You would think the teachers wouldn't have to be providing supplies.
You know, yeah,
right.
It's crazy. My wife, she's a teacher's age. She's not even a teacher. And she goes to Dollar Tree and spends money. And she'll find like the glue sticks are a big thing for like doing art projects and stuff.
Right.
She'll buy, if she can find the good glue sticks there, she'll buy a crap load of them. So when tax time comes around now, I'll end up like, do you have anything else? Oh yeah, I got to find all my receipts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting there entering a bunch of receipts for tax things for school things that she's purchased.
Write-offs for employment.
And that's, I think, across the board for everybody, all the teachers.
Yeah.
I mean, pencils and paper. It's like, what if we just provide a classroom and maybe some books? You know?
Yeah.
And a teacher?
I'd be curious to look or to see. I would imagine because they're giving stuff to the public school system that it's posted, the financials of the California payouts to schools when someone wins the jackpot in the state. I would imagine they have to post that somewhere. Like, what is the actual
There's got to be some
per
transparency.
District dump yearly for schools from the lottery.
Yeah.
Like, where does that go?
I don't know.
Like, because anyone who's, familiar with high school shenanigans for your children, whatever their extracurricular, or even because Wood Creek's dance and band are actual classes, so and they don't at least at Wood Creek, they don't charge like do you want to be in band? It's $100. Like, there's no membership because it's also a class,
right?
So whereas like football, like, you want to play football this year, it's $500, and plus they get ticket sales, plus they get like chuck wagon food sales and merch sales and whatever fundraisers they do. But there are plenty of extracurricular clubs and sports that are school oriented
that don't benefit like football does.
Yeah, that don't benefit like that.
Yeah.
And there are still parents that are completely ignorant, like, why are these uniforms, or why is the equipment or the stage look like shit, or the lights are broken and the audio and the speakers sound like they're blown. It's like, it's not fucking free.
I remember, I think at Roosevelt High, they were talking about some of the uniforms for band, maybe it was at Wood Creek. Maybe you guys were talking about it. Like, the band uniforms were like 20 years old.
Yes, Wood Creeks are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, you go to Granite Bay and they will change. They get new shit every year.
Oh, really?
Or rotate out, or have multiple outfits for 1 year only. Like, it's the disparity.
So they don't wear the same thing every time they perform.
Right. And then you just, some of the ignorance of the parents who are just like, I don't understand. How does this happen? You have to... The kids need your time and donations to have facilities and equipment and go places so that you can enjoy their talent. Like, it doesn't just manifest itself out of thin air. So you have to support the arts. You have to support the sports. You have to support the schools because the teachers are shorthanded and they're short of funds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when in doubt, donate.
What people don't, some of the people that are listening may not know, is Granite Bay in our area is a very well-to-do, wealthy area.
Right. Posh.
Very posh. Wood Creek is on the complete opposite end of town.
The other side of the tracks compared to...
Yeah. It's a new school.
Yeah.
But the area isn't as affluent as the Granite Bay area.
Yeah,
so
just they
have more
class.
money there. Yeah.
It's a different tax bracket.
For sure.
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's right down the street from Granite Bay Golf Club. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they have their own golf club up there. But no, the area is they got a lot of really big, gorgeous homes out there. So yeah. But yeah, that's one of the big differences. I mean, you look at inner city schools, they don't have any money.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we went to, was the back to school night a couple weeks back as the semester kicked off after a holiday break. And like, Xander's in band again this semester. And so we're sitting there listening to the directors talk about, our budget is like up in the 5 digits, and we don't charge.
Really?
We don't charge the kids to come and participate and play. Here are the things we need help with. Like, if you have a talent in sewing or handyman crafting, or you have a car or truck that can tow,
or paintless dent repair,
or you can cook. For the chuck wagon stuff, or you can, someone or know a business that would donate food or supplies or XYZ.
Right.
Let me get, and we need band lockers. And we got these ones as hand-me-downs, but we have another set, but we have no way to mount it because we're band directors and we don't know shit from applesauce when it comes from a hammer and an impact, kind of thing. So it's like it's very crowdsourced, as compared to, it's like help out.
I will say this. I was able to request, ask AJA for sponsorship donation for Mellie's dance team.
Oh, yeah.
Which was cool, and they did it, which was really nice.
Yeah.
Can't complain about that. It was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
And they were like, I don't know, the logo was put on a shirt, but the blah, 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 whatever.
Oh, yeah.
With everybody else. But it was kind of cool to see that even though they're up in the foothills or in the,
Mm-hmm.
and we're down here, they were sure.
Happy to participate.
Yeah.
Well, Venus keeps asking me, because there are apparently some of the parents that have kids in band. They work for various places that do like contribution matching. Obviously, my employer does not do such a thing.
Yeah.
But if you work for someone that does that, that's fucking good on you. You should take advantage of that or ask. If you don't know, you should ask. And if you happen to have someone in an extracurricular or a non-extracurricular, and it sounds like they can, maybe if you were to donate something and your employer would also donate something, like to match it, fucking yes. Do that. You should do that because the teachers need it, teachers' aides need it, the students need it.
Yeah.
And when the students are well equipped and the teachers are well equipped, everybody feels a lot better, I assure you. You know?
For sure.
Mm.
Yeah, that's cool. Had a good time at Dave and Nat, so I got to get that in there.
Yes.
That woman knows how to cook. I just have to say that.
I had okay, so the non-Metasaurus meatballs.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
I air fired my pizza.
I did too.
Did you?
Yeah.
6 minutes was for me, and everything. The crust came back out crispy as shit.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I actually tried a couple different ways. The first time I toaster ovened it.
Okay.
Didn't get all the way through without starting to get a little almost burnt on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Then I microwaved it for like 30 seconds and then toaster ovened it.
Okay.
Because we have a really cool Panasonic toaster oven that uses a infrared light inside.
Yeah.
And it does a really good job. So we've used that quite a bit. And then I did the air fryer, which also did a very good job.
Yeah. I did. I had one. I think we had 2 pieces of the meat mushroom.
Yeah.
And I didn't see where the dough for the pizza, did she make that from scratch?
Yeah.
Do you know what it did not dry out?
No.
It tasted like 95% of the quality of when it was in the pan and went to my plate.
Yeah.
Like it held its taste and moisture like without drying. I'm like, where did the dough come from? I didn't see her make the dough.
She made it the day before.
Did she?
Yeah, it was something that had to proof, I think.
Oh,
and
fuck! It was amazing.
She made the dough for the pizza. She made bread. Remember?
Oh, the French loaf.
Yeah, she made.
I didn't know she made that.
She made 2 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
She made
Brussels sprouts.
Minestrone.
Yes.
The pizza itself, and was there something else? Is that it? I mean,
meatballs, meatballs, bread, minestrone, pizza.
Yeah.
Two style of pizzas.
Yeah, very good.
Yes,
all very good.
Right,
Nat, you knocked it out of the park.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
If you ever have the pleasure of being fed by Nat, I assure you will be having a great evening.
And then they were repaid by having their power out for 30 hours.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, good job.
You just overindulged. We got back home, and both Venus and I were like, we felt like we had
stuffed
just
walruses.
Yes. And we were like, I didn't even feel like we ate a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't leave hungry.
Yeah.
But by the time we got back into the house, both of us were just like, what did we do? what happened?
And why did we do it?
I'm like, because I ate the fucking minestrone was amazing.
Yeah,
and I ate the whole bowl.
Yeah.
I think I had 2 pieces of pizza, a sampling of the Brussels sprouts.
Yep.
I had a slice of the French bread. I think I had 2
meatballs.
That
was a lot of food.
It
was
is,
spread out,
but
though,
it was
over
spread
some time.
out.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was in the trough, and I just shoveled it in.
Right. All at once.
It was like a 3.5 course spread out over like 2 hours or so.
A couple hours.
But by the time I got home, I was like, "Oh, Jesus!
I need to lay down."
Yeah, and it was. I'm like starting to sweat a little bit in the bed. I'm like
getting the dough sweats.
Yeah. I'm like, where's the metabolism kicking? Oh, and then the pudding.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. God damn, it was good stuff.
Man,
you went freeway, right, on the way home?
I went 20 up to 49 and then down.
We got to, because I went country.
Okay.
Right.
You took McCourtney.
And as we got into, right at Combi, we were at the light getting ready to make a right. And I went, watch for a Cadillac. And Venus went, what? And I went, I think I heard Jim say he was going 2049. And I went, so I have no idea where he's at.
Right. Because I was thinking the same exact thing.
And I'm like,
I got down there to Combi and I'm like, I don't know if he went McCourtney, but if I'm going to see him, he's going to pop out right here or I'm going to catch up to him. I don't know.
At the 11th hour and 58th minute, at the on-ramp to 80.
Pretty much.
That is where I caught up. So I was like a minute, 30 seconds maybe.
And I go, oh, there goes Jason.
As we were coming up on Foster's, the left lane had nobody in it. And I was like, wow, I'm just cruising. Man, am I going to be able to tuck in here? Because there's like 4 or 5. Hey, that's Jim.
And then you got on the freeway and I was like, where the fuck did he go? He just like disappeared. And I'm like, he is hot-footing
like
it, man.
That one, generally, for that on-ramp,
yeah.
If I can't stand, like, people come and they
go all the way
like,
over.
I'm all for checking.
Yeah.
Like, because semis and whatnot coming down the hill and it's on a corner. Like, if it's clear to me, I get over as fast as possible. Because a lot of times what will happen is if there's a car in front of you, they'll keep
lollygagging.
Yeah, they'll keep looking behind them like, please don't sideswipe me. Please don't sideswipe me.
Yeah.
And the whole time, they're subconsciously letting off the accelerator.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as it's clear in front of me and I check and there's no one behind me, I left lane
and go.
Get up to speed.
Yeah.
And then 75. Boop, boop.
Yeah.
But what it looks like to anyone who's on the on-ramp
it looks like an asshole.
Looks like shit and get gone, and that guy fucking cut me off.
Yep.
But then once I hit, like, by the bridge, I'm usually cruise control and then middle lane.
Yeah.
Solely middle lane.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've driven that so many fucking times.
I was like, wow, what were the odds it was that close? Yeah, all right. Yeah,
were you cooking down the hill on McCourtney, or were you?
Oh, yeah, I baked it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't cooking
I got no cars in front of me.
Yeah.
As safe as it, because I went in the all seasons, not the Cup 2s. I was like, I'm gonna sauce
give it
this
some
one.
beans.
I'm gonna sauce this one up.
Yeah.
And Venus was like, we got to the Ballantree, whoop, and there was some like
lift. I did that on the way up.
Oh, did you?
I saw it coming. I gave it some gas, and Max was sitting on Shannon's lap, and his front legs are all.
Oh, we were behind the fucking Outback or whatever on the way out, and so it was like a meager dip.
Yeah.
And Venus is like, woo.
You see it coming, and you hit the gas.
Yeah.
And go, whoa.
Normally I would, but the fucking Subaru was totally harshing my calm. But on the way back, there was beans.
Now, were you surprised that I passed you right when we got on 65?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And I went,
oh, that fucker.
Oh. I
saw that.
Because I hit the 65 on-ramp, like I just left it on cruise. So there was no break. As long as I wasn't going to jam the guy in front of me. Yeah. I was like, no, I'm going to see. I'm like, review. I'm like, watch it. He can hold this too, right? I'm like, oh, all right. And then we got about mall.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw, zoop, Zoot, and I went, oh, shit, sir. Okay.
And then I was just like, you go ahead.
Yeah. and like instantly, because I had just run across this one of the memes on Instagram. It was from Days of Thunder, and it was, the caption was, me to my wife when someone passes me on the street casually doing the speed limit, and then it cuts to Tom Cruise inside the car, and he goes, "I'm dropping the hammer, Harry," and then and it cuts to Harry, and he's like, "You will not," and it's got the wife over the thing, and I'm like, "I'm dropping the hammer," and she went. Like,
she's like, there's $3 in gas.
God damn it, there it goes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's good times.
Yeah. Now I have a friend who likes to do trash pickup in her neighborhood when she walks her dogs.
Yeah.
And she also will clean up dog shits, which is terrible.
Bless her.
Yeah. I mean, more power to her.
Also, those people can die in a fire.
Yeah, for sure. She found in one of her cleanup things it was about 60% of $1. Like a dollar
in the
bill.
Shit?
Yeah, not in the shit, but just she just found it.
Oh, okay.
Like a piece of garbage. It's a torn dollar.
Okay.
And the other person in the chat was like, "Oh, just take it to the bank and they'll replace it." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're going to spend $2.50 or $3 taking that thing to the bank to get your $1 exchanged for a real one
right.
to bring it home.
Yeah.
You're going to spend $3 in gas to get your $1."
Yes, unless she happens, right.
Unless you happen to be already going to the bank for some reason.
Like, you remember when that used to be a thing? Like, I got to go to the bank to deposit my paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
Or I got to go do a thing at the bank.
Yeah. Like,
the only person I know that does that anymore is my wife, because she does financial stuff for her dad's business and for the...
And he's a small business, so
right.
He doesn't do. I assume he doesn't do direct deposit and stuff like that.
They have that, but they take in checks. From the customers,
that's
so
true.
she has to, in the mail, open the check, and then go to the bank to do deposits. The fundraising, treasurer for the band boosters, she is managing that. So she's
at the bank for different reasons.
So in that case, she'd be like, well, I'm just going to hold on to this. And on that trip to the bank, then she would certainly... she would be reaping the rewards.
Because you're already there.
You're already there.
Yeah.
But most people are like, bank?
And I was like making a joke, just like take it to Dollar Tree and say, can we just say this is 66 cents or something? Because it's basically 2/3 of a,
I want to say... God, I don't know.
I thought it was over half. If you had over half of it, that's
because I thought if you have it, it's. But now I'm not 100% if that's like folklore or urban legend.
Like a corner torn off of it, and you just had the little one.
Yeah,
they're not going to give you anything.
But if it's like a substantive part,
I think if it's a majority of the dollar
of it
of the paper dollar
I'll have
money.
to look that up because that'll bug me as to whether or not I think that's urban legend or not.
As far as I know, it is true. As far as I know, but I have not looked into that for some time.
I got to put that on a list to look up.
I can't even tell you the last time I used cash. Like
really?
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, that doesn't really. I get cash out, and sometimes when I'm on my walk and water, and then I get cash out to go buy a lottery ticket.
To get mugged?
Yeah. Well, how do you buy your lottery tickets? You can't do debit.
Yeah, you can. Depends on where you get them.
Oh.
You can.
Okay.
As long as it's debit and not like Apple Pay or something like that.
Okay.
Because they get charged. But if you use debit, there's no charge for a debit transaction, I believe.
Do the kids still need cash on occasion or have cash? Like birthday parties or whatnot?
It just feels weird because I rarely ever have to have cash for anything. Like it's Apple Pay with my watch.
Yeah.
And even that is the main thing I use all the time is my watch. if I have to get my phone out to use Apple Pay, I feel like I'm in the caveman days. Oh crap! I don't have my watch on. Crap.
We were doing something.
Or God forbid, I should have to get my debit card out.
I think where were we?
Walmart.
We went to pay for something, and I went to use. Oh yeah, I left it on the charger. I'm like, well, shit. No, I got my phone.
Yeah.
I forgot my phone.
Oh shit.
Well, I didn't drive, so I didn't bring my wallet.
Oh,
but my
damn.
wallet, I was with Venus at the time.
Oh, okay.
Where was I? Oh, Handles. We went to Handles for
ice cream.
Milkshakes. But my wallet was the third thing on the list that I went to.
Yeah.
To try and pay.
Yeah.
Watch, phone, chat. What else? And there are times when I'm looking at with my wallet and my debit card, like, is it like, can I do that, or is this
You're right?
Yeah, this is just boop.
Yeah,
I'm golden.
I remember back when I worked at the office, across the street from the office is the Briar Patch, which is like a very local co-op grocery store. You know what the Briar Patch is.
Yeah.
Some other folks may not, but it's a little tiny grocery store that has a really good food bar, so you could go get really decent meals and stuff like that. They have like a whole hot food area.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go down there for lunch or whatever and get food, and this was before I had in my Apple Watch,
mm-hmm.
and I had left my phone in my cube, not realizing it. And I get to the thing, and she's checking me out, and I go, crap, I don't have my phone. How am I going to pay for this?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I do have my wallet.
I got my wallet.
Yeah. And so it was like the Apple Pay thing is so ubiquitous with paying that I had forgot that I could use my wallet, which was on me, to pay with my debit card.
I have to use the paper faces? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Plus, it's
so
like,
weird.
It's so convenient. Like, so we're at Christmas. I was at the, well, I can't remember if I've told this story. It was Christmas-ish, holiday, and on my walk, and I was in line at the self-checkout, which I prefer because, I just buy one thing, and then I buy my cash out lottery ticket, and then I turn around. The line was extra long. There was a young man in the self-checkout trying to do tap pay or something, and it wasn't working. And so he's like on his phone, like doing the whole mouthpiece, like trying to, it sounded like he was on the phone with his dad, trying to figure out
how to make it work.
The other 3 kiosks had like rotated out like almost twice before mine came up. I walked past the young man. I could clearly hear like something on the other end, like trying to figure out, and like he's continuing to try and progress the thing, but it's like timing out. The lady, like the attendant, I can't remember. Oh, she was also manually like pulling people out of the line and doing stuff, so she wasn't necessarily proctoring the kiosks.
Yeah.
I've only got one thing, so I boot my thing, I boot my watch, I get my cash out, and I walk to the lottery thing, pretty much. I walk to the lottery thing, I get my lottery ticket, I walk back, and the young man is still there.
Oh, man.
And as someone who just, like, I just want this to work, it didn't look like he was nervous. I would have been shitting my pants as everyone looks around at me. Kids these days,
you're holding up the line or whatever.
Kids these days are much more like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this is just like, why doesn't the technology work? He's more confuzzled as to why it's not working and less about the social anxiety of holding up the line.
Oh.
Whereas I'm like,
I don't want to hold up the line.
And I went, are you trying to use tap to pay? I walk past the attendant. I'm like, I just need to help this young man. And the lady like looked at me like,
who are you?
What for? What? Why? As she's booping, dude. Walk past. I'm like, excuse me. Are you trying to just pay? And he's like, yeah. And I just boop.
See ya.
Do you want any bags? And he's like, no. And I 0 punch, pin, punch. Merry Christmas. And then I just walked away.
Yeah.
He probably needed a bag because he had like a fucking Santa hat. It was like a kid.
He could have stuffed his Santa hat with all
He
the
probably
stuff.
could have. Actually, in hindsight, he probably could have. But he had enough. I'm out the door already. And I'm like, there was an Arizona tea, a Santa hat.
How much did I just spend?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was probably $20 worth of shit. It felt good. But then I realized it was starting to bug me. I'm like, fuck. He probably needed a bag. He was probably gonna be walking.
You're worried about the fact.
I'm worried about the bag.
You asked him, and he said no.
Well, right, but I also was like, I just walked up and went, "You trying to pay?" Boop, boop. But it was so fast and easy that it was like,
was he using an iPhone or what was his method of payment?
He was trying to phone, but I couldn't tell what the handset was. Anyway, but the convenience is really handy. It really is.
Now,
surprisingly so.
Here is something that has happened to me recently that is Apple Watch sort of issue.
Okay.
Now that it's winter and I'm wearing a lot of long sleeve things, the crown, which I have on the left side of my watch, ends up getting turned by my sleeve.
Yeah.
So you double press the button, it comes up with the cards.
Yeah.
My sleeve will cover it depending on what I'm wearing, and it will, as I rotate my arm, it rotates on the inside of my sleeve and picks a different card in the list. And then I get declined.
Oh.
Because it's like my Apple usually what it is my Apple Cash card or my Cash card or whatever.
Like your
which doesn't have any,
Kaiser Permanente health card.
Yeah.
You're like,
there's no money in there. And so it's like I'm trying to spend, $30, for instance.
Yeah.
And I do this. Well, I don't realize because I see it right now and I roll over, I don't see it change.
Right.
Boop. And it's like, no. Declined. I'm like, what the fuck?
What do you mean declined?
And I couldn't figure this out for a while. And finally, one day I went into my transaction history on my phone and I'm like, oh, Apple Cash Card has some declined things on it.
Right.
And that's the one that hit me that one day.
Like I tried to buy beer with my Delta Dental card. What happened there?
So weird. But you don't see it because it rolls on the inside of your sleeve as you rotate your wrist over to pay.
Yeah.
It just goes, oh, here's a different card.
I've run into that with like wearing it with my leather work gloves or the gauntlets.
Chaps.
Like the leather tends to like constantly
tap stuff.
Touch the screen and I'll go to take a water break or something and I've got like a timer that's been on for 38 minutes and shit. And
it's like a cow that's helping you out.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. It's just a helpful cow. A helpful cow. Naked cow.
Just rubbing it all the business.
You're like, bro, you're really not helping.
Like, I don't need, and then it's, things get sweaty and it's like, no, that's skin.
Yeah.
Hello. As I'm like cussing at something, and it's like, I'm sorry. I don't know where rubber dildo banana sausages are. You're like, when did I string that together?
What? That's like every other sentence. Are you kidding me?
Damn. I'm foul-mouthed.
Now, here's something that I appreciate.
Okay.
Comedians who are clean and don't cuss. There's something about a comedian who can get on stage and be funny as shit without actually cussing. One of them that comes to mind that's a comedian I really enjoy is Nate Bargatze.
Oh, I've seen some of his stuff, yes.
He does not use any foul language whatsoever.
Yeah.
In fact, he even does a bit about when he was growing up in the 80s. He says, I don't say sucks because in the 80s, it was not a good thing to say. So he says, I just don't say like, oh, that sucks.
Okay.
And he said that his dad took him to the movies. I forget what movie it was. And they said, it sucks. And he said he turned to his dad and said, well, like he's joking, but like, what garbage, filthy movie have you brought me to kind of thing?
Okay.
Because that's just not a thing. And I remember thinking back in the early 80s.
Yeah.
the term "that sucks" was fairly new, and it was kind of edgy.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed that one.
It was an edgy saying, but we used it a lot. We said it sucks a lot. That sucks. It sucks. You suck.
I remember saying
Yeah.
that, but not that it was, oh, you're pressing.
So you didn't have any stigma with that?
Not with that sucks.
Oh.
I have serious reservations about all the other slurs
that you used to use
that I used to use.
Cringe about?
Yes, that
Yeah.
I'm like, absolutely no.
Oh, yeah.
I that's mistakes were made for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid young people.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I always thought that was interesting. Sucks. You know, that sucks. And it did. It had a stigma to it. I remember.
Huh.
So anyway, I just thought
What'd
that
you
was
say instead?
that stinks.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's awful. No, I wouldn't say that, but
Like boner? Boner used to be a thing.
you just did a boner.
Oh, boner. Don't be a boner. Really?
We used all the 80s slang shit, but I just think that's interesting. I mean, we're at a point now where people have the F-bomb all over their shirts and on their cars and
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would have never seen that back
like
then.
the Volkswagen, the Farfignugan.
Yeah. Fucking grooving
Yeah,
or whatever.
fucking grooving.
Yeah.
And I had, oh my God, I had taken apart that one thing and like using the letters, retyped it to fucking groovin', and I took another sticker from the Stickman and made a small little dick.
Oh my God. You were that guy.
Oh, dude, I went full send on this. And then from the I or the umlaut, the little dot I put at the tip of the dick. I mean, my little dancing guy,
he was getting it on.
I removed his hand and then put little motion dashes. Like my dude was straight up jerking off on the back of my Fiero window for a time.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm hard.
Now, the one that always gets me is the old In-N-Out burger bumper stickers they used to have.
Yeah.
And it's In-N-Out burgers, right?
Yeah.
People would take the B and the R off, and it would say In-N-Out Urge.
Okay.
And you would see those a lot. In-N-Out Urge.
Well,
yeah, you would see those a lot. And I think that's why they got rid of, because they're a very...
Mormon.
No, they're Christian.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Mormon.
I don't think so.
Ooh.
They
But
actually
religious,
they have Bible
for sure.
quotes on the inside of their cups, by the way, on the bottom. If you didn't know that.
I've never really looked.
If you go to In-N-Out, look on the bottom inside of their cup before you fill it. I mean, you could do it after you fill it, but you gotta see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you get to the bottom.
There's Bible quotes on the inside rim of the cups.
I want to say, are they also at the bottom of the fry trays?
Yes, there is.
See, I'm just already blind.
You're just
I want to
stuffing
say
a
that,
double in your face. You're not.
Like, I want to say, like, I can picture scripture in like the picture of my mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
like
there is.
Like the number, : number.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100%. It's not fucking grooving.
It just says urge.
Yeah.
But no, they used to give those bumper stickers away, and people would modify them to do In-N-Out Urge. And I don't think they cared for that much, so I think they just stopped making them.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Listen, Jesus doesn't like your vandalism of our intellectual property.
I just always think that's interesting. Anyway.
I used to do, goddamn, all the time. I'd love cutting up stickers.
Yeah.
For that kind of stuff.
I didn't do that. But I did have on my car back in high school a skateboarding is not a crime sticker.
No, that sounds like you.
Yeah,
sure.
that was me for sure. And, I had like surf and skate stickers all over the back window.
Well, that's not very safe, Jim.
It was a Hyundai. That car wasn't safe anyway.
Certainly not in a front-end collision.
God, those things were terrible. I rear-ended a guy one time in that car, and it was like I don't remember what kind of car, but a small little station wagon that had like metal bumpers, and he had a trailer hitch on it.
Oh.
And I was coming out of the back of Sunrise Mall, pulling out onto Fair Oaks, and he was in front of me turning right. But he started to gas it, like, oh, it's my turn to go. He started to gas it, and I, in my mind, go, he's going, and I'm already giving it some beans and looking to the left because I'm probably going to blow the sign right after him. Well,
you rear-ended. The tail, no damage.
So he had no damage to his car.
Welcome to Sad Dad's Club Podcast, episode 200. No one knows technical difficulties. Rear-ended the car, ready to go.
And so the bumper, it was a Hyundai Excel. Yeah. 88. I think 88 Hyundai Excel. The bumper is completely plastic, right? When I hit his car, the receiver, the ball,
yeah,
just punched a ball-shaped hole right in the thing and just folded a flap down and ended up inside the bumper. So when I got home, I just like, fuck. I just like pulled it back up, and then it just had a fucked up bumper.
We left the ball and receiver in the Durango.
Yeah.
Like strictly for that.
For that reason.
I can't remember if I don't remember where Venus was, but I know she had been bumped, rear-ended at some point. I don't remember to what end the damage it did to the car behind her, but we left it in there just because, like, yeah, you hit this first, and then if you get to my bumper, well, then it is what it is. But if you were a POS, you were gonna get a Hyundai Excelism. Yeah,
I remember Steve Tawney. He's the one. He has a big giant Dodge Cummins turbo diesel.
Planet Killer.
Yeah, 1500.
Yeah,
but he would use the receiver. He didn't. Did he have he might have had a ball on there too. But he would back it into spots that had like a wall behind and just go clunk. Oh. He's like, I'm in.
Close enough.
Just gave zero fucks about whether or not he
put it right to the meter.
Boop, boop. Didn't care.
Ting. Ting.
Yeah. Funny stuff.
Anyway.
That was kind of wild.
Yeah.
We're like right in the middle of the show. I'm talking about rear-ending that motherfucker.
Oh, it hurt me.
And the power adapter that we use, the what do you call it? Surge protector?
Surge bar?
Power bar thing.
Yeah.
That all the stuff plugs into. So this is our cameras, our mixer, our
laptop,
computers, and in this cold day,
space heater.
A heater that we had running completely fucking died.
Did destroy
mid-talk. And yeah, so
hey. And I thought it was the breaker because when I put after the ceiling fan in Piper's room, she just had a normal light.
Yeah.
And after we had put in the ceiling fan and got it all wired up, so now it's like 2 extra things drawing. Her circuit is apparently also shares or is two adjacent to the. I think it's on the GFI circuit to the bathroom. So she had her light on, her fan on, and she went to blow dry her hair in the bathroom, and her light went like
weird.
It was a fucking Moroccan rave or something.
Wow.
And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh man, there's someone who's struggled with that kind of like low power." I'm like, "Oh well, okay." And she did something a short time later where it just flat out flipped a breaker.
Oh, dang.
I know that the garage door outlet right above us, the outlet that's on that we're
plugging into
our garage studio runs off of, and Piper's room and the bathroom are all on one breaker. So I thought, because we're being lit by battery powered lights,
right?
So it's
those are LED though.
So I ran in the house And I'm immediately looking for Piper's room,
Frantic.
like, did you turn on your lights and your blow dryer? What the fuck? And everyone is sitting at the table and looking at me as I'm running through. I'm like, the breaker flipped. Did someone turn something on? And they're all looking at me like,
What is going on?
what?
What are you guys doing in the garage?
We're all sitting here. I run out the front door, run to the breaker box, flip a breaker that didn't need to be flipped, come back in, and it's clearly not. It was the surge bar.
The bar completely died. Like powering it down and turning it back on.
We're
Nothing.
drawing off an extension off of it because
Yeah.
there's only high class electrical.
There's no shenanigans here.
Yeah, this is exactly how professionals would wire a studio.
Oh, absolutely. Everything running off of one thing.
Extension cord.
Now, I will say this. At Christmas time, all of my front Christmas lights, I think it's 4 C9 incandescent strings of lights.
You're also killing the planet.
Right? And the net lights and the lights that are the lights that are around the posts out for, there's 3 of those.
Oh, okay.
And then there's lights around the front door. And I think it's 4 or 5 C9 strips.
Strings.
Everything is plugged into one outlet. All of those things are funneled into one outlet.
Bless your Griswold heart.
Right? That outlet is attached to the GFCI in the master bathroom.
Okay.
So when Christmas time would come around and we would go, it'd be like a Sunday or something, and Shan would be getting ready. We'd go to dinner with her parents or something. So she'd be early evening when it, dark in the wintertime, it gets dark early.
Mm-hmm.
Our Christmas lights would come on and she'd be in there blow drying her hair, and the whole thing would go down. The whole kit and caboodle would go down, and the breaker, I'd have to run out and reset the breaker. But what's been happening recently is I have this one cable that is, it's probably 15 feet or so long. It is a big, thick fucking cable, and it's got a connector at the end, but then 2 connectors mid-ship of the length of the cable.
Okay.
So you can plug in stuff as you go.
Okay.
That guy runs under the shelf out front. There's a shelf under that front window.
Oh, okay. Right.
If it rains and I don't cover those connectors up,
Mid-ship outlets?
yes,
Okay.
they will get wet and it will short, and that will trip the breaker in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
And I can't get it to go back on until shit just dries out.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got to go unplug the Christmas lights in order to get the bathroom
If
functional.
it's anything like Piper's light, when your wife is using her blow dryer, until it blows, it probably looks like you've got twinkling lights out front as it like wobbles through the
Well,
heavy voltage.
it's a GFCI thing.
Oh, yeah,
it's
probably.
the switch on the wall in the bathroom. That thing will trip,
Wobble,
and then it
wobble,
just
wobble,
has a
wobble, wobble.
light on it that tells you it has a fault.
Game over.
And then you go try and reset it, and just click. Nope.
No.
Oh, damn it.
Son of a bitch.
So now if it rains Christmas time when the lights are up, I can pretty much count on the shit getting tripped and having the timer fucked up and all kinds of stuff. Because there's no Wi-Fi timer on it.
I was going to say, did we have a wet Christmas?
We didn't until later.
That's right. Yeah.
I think it might have been after Christmas when it started
how
raining.
busy were you this Christmas with the breaker flipping?
Not
Yeah,
as much.
okay.
Last year was really bad.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, last year was really bad. But this year, I don't think it was until after Christmas, and I was sort of like, Christmas is over anyway. I'll just unplug them for a while, and then tomorrow I'll plug them back in and reset the timer, because it's a mechanical timer, and whatever. But, so, I get it. I understand how those things work.
Hey, yeah. Anyway,
Sad dads.
that's we're close enough. There's going to be a cool little whoop right in the middle of the whoop.
Yeah. That'll be fun to edit.
Yeah.
For you, especially.
Totally. I'll be so excited.
Well, what's nice is for you, you'll have separate video clips that you'll have to figure out how to align to the one. No, because I have to cut a bunch of dead space out.
That'll figure it out.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's always something new.
Yeah, we got nice. Be sure to return the cart.
Wash your hands.
Wash your ass.
Make the call if you need to.
Stay up to date on your shots.
Check your oil, Tony.
Register to vote.
Pick up a broom.
Do the kindness.
And
We'll check you next.
we'll talk to you next week. Something next week.